The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that all the events surrounding Poppy, Finn, Steffy, and the secret about Luna are pushing the characters into a series of extremely dramatic situations. Below is a detailed analysis of each idea, showing Poppy's deep calculations, Steffy's reaction when the truth is revealed, and how Finn will face the storm that is brewing in his life. On the surface, Poppy always appears tense, afraid of the prospect of Steffy discovering that Luna is Finn's biological daughter. This anxiety is even more evident when Poppy constantly urges Finn to keep the story a secret. She is afraid that if this secret is revealed, Steffy will immediately fly into a rage and make all of Poppy's plans meaningless. After all, in Poppy's eyes, Steffy is still the biggest obstacle on the path to conquering Finn and building the dream home she has always desired. Although she always appears gentle and sympathetic to Finn's situation, Poppy is secretly pulling the strings behind the scenes. She secretly sent a text message containing the DNA test results related to Finn and Luna, making things even more complicated. Poppy herself seems to be very happy when the situation between Finn and Steffy becomes chaotic because it makes it easier for her to approach Finn and makes him more dependent on her. Poppy's real motive is to have Finn for herself, to turn him into her husband, the ideal man for her to rely on. Once she has developed deep feelings for Finn, Poppy is willing to do anything, even trample on the happiness of others, to win him over. Poppy believes that she can become the perfect new landing place for Finn, especially when Steffy seems to be increasingly unstable due to the shock from his past. When Steffy finally discovers the whole truth, including that Finn is the father of Luna, who is said to have imprisoned her and almost killed her, everything falls apart. Steffy has always trusted Finn, seeing him as a solid support and a dream father for her children. However, this terrible secret not only makes Steffy feel deceived, but also creates a feeling of fear, betrayal, and bitterness. Finn's dark past may become the last straw, making Steffy never be able to forgive. With a strong nature, Steffy does not easily accept any hurt. The fact that Luna is the child of the person who endangered Steffy makes her even more haunted. She believes that Finn is more or less involved because he hid Luna's identity and did not firmly protect Steffy by making everything public. In anger and disappointment, Steffy decided to divorce, which was not only a big shock to Finn, but also an important turning point for Poppy to find a way to enter his life. Seizing the opportunity, Poppy appeared as Finn's rescuer from his emotional deadlock. She took advantage of every moment when Finn was at his lowest to create a feeling of warmth and understanding. Over time, Poppy let Finn rely on and trust her more and more. From just being someone who gave advice and gently comforted her, Poppy gradually became an indispensable part of Finn's life after the incident. In her eyes, this was the perfect stage to capture the heart of the man she desired. Poppy's plot may have been meticulously planned, but in the world of the bold and the beautiful, nothing is easy or absolutely guaranteed. The appearance of Luna, Steffy's fierce reaction, and the fact that Finn still felt remorse for building a family with Steffy made everything much more complicated. Will Finn realize Poppy's true face before it's too late? Or will Poppy take advantage of his weakness to tie him into a calculating relationship? Everything is still open and promises to be a fierce confrontation between the characters. In general, this series of developments not only reveals Poppy's ambition, but also exposes the dark secrets in Finn's past that Steffy can never forgive. At the same time, Steffy's decision to divorce is an important turning point, pushing Finn into a spiral of suffering and Poppy's scheming invasion. The final outcome is still unknown, but clearly, the storm has really begun for Finn, Steffy, and Poppy. All promise to bring dramatic, mind games, and emotional conflicts, making it impossible for the audience to take their eyes off. Steffy received a text message from an unknown number, along with a confusing photo. At first, she thought it was a joke or someone had sent it by mistake. However, curiosity prompted Steffi to open the photo and take a closer look. After zooming in, she realized that this was not a normal photo, but a photo of a DNA test result. And the name printed in bold on it was John Finnegan, Steffi's husband. She was shocked. Her heart stopped for a few seconds when she read her husband's name next to the words biological father and Luna. Too surprised, Steffi accidentally dropped her phone. Through this detail, the audience could feel the tension starting to spread. Steffi did not understand why Finn was involved in the test results related to a girl named Luna, but a feeling of unease immediately took over her. Deciding not to let herself fall into a state of confusion for too long, Steffi calmed down and picked up the phone to read it over and over again. In the end, she could not deny the fact that Finn was Luna's biological father. Steffi had always considered Finn a model man, a good father to their children. The fact that he had a child with another woman deeply hurt Steffi. She wondered if Finn had cheated on her before they got married. Did he have any secrets that he had not yet revealed? A mixture of emotions from shock, doubt to anger, Steffi fell into the abyss when faced with the possibility that her husband was having an affair or had a dark past that she had never known. This was an important stage, opening up a series of questions surrounding Luna's identity and the role of the mysterious woman Poppy, a character who appeared with a gentle appearance but hid deep calculations. As soon as the confusion subsided, Steffi immediately went to Finn to question him about the truth related to the girl named Luna. She hoped that somehow it was all just a misunderstanding. However, instead of denying or trying to explain, Finn chose to remain silent. His eyes looked at Steffi with regret, but the answer still did not come out of his mouth. Finn's attitude made Steffi even more heartbroken to realize that the photo was not wrong. Steffi seemed to collapse when she realized that Finn had no valid reason to justify what had happened. Finn's silence was no different from an admission of guilt. Steffi trembled, tears falling silently. This moment deepened Steffi's heartache and pushed their marriage to the brink. However, Steffi's love for Finn was still strong, causing her to struggle between the hurt and the desire to preserve the family. When everything seemed to be falling apart, Steffi made a bold and unbelievable decision. She did not want to leave Finn. In an effort to save the marriage, Steffi forced Finn to completely cut off all contact with Poppy and Luna. For Steffi, this is the only way to erase the painful memories of her illegitimate child. Cornered, Finn has no other choice. He wants to make amends and keep his family, so Finn agrees to follow Steffi's request, even though he knows that this means abandoning his biological daughter Luna and cutting off Poppy, who plays a significant role in his life. This move shows that Steffi still believes in love and wants everything to go back to the way it was. She accepts the extreme option of erasing Poppy and Luna from Finn's life and sees it as the only way out for their shaky relationship. As for Poppy, the woman behind many mysteries related to Luna and her secret relationship with Finn, things turn out in a completely different direction. Poppy originally harbored hopes of reuniting with Finn based on the fact that Finn has a child with her. Steffi's request for Finn to cut ties with Poppy and Luna means her hopes are dashed. Poppy cannot accept Steffi stealing Finn again. Jealousy and ambition combine to become the driving force for her to take risks. In Poppy's mind, Steffi is the only barrier, and if this barrier disappears, Finn will surely return to her. What makes viewers shiver is the process of Poppy going from despair to scheming and ending with murderous intent. With no other choice but to go after all other avenues, Poppy immediately came up with a vicious plan to kill Steffi. From just wanting to get Finn back, Poppy turned to permanently eliminating Steffi from her life. She believed that if Steffi disappeared, Finn would suffer and would inevitably come back to her. Poppy was already portrayed as a scheming person, but this time she crossed the line between morality and the law. The crime she was hatching was no longer just a threat, but became a concrete action. The audience could clearly see the madness in this plan and at the same time feel the drama and danger escalate. The situation became extremely tense, signaling a bloody ending. The climax of the crime occurred when Poppy decided to act. She went to Steffy's house and knocked on the door with a calm appearance that was terrifying. Steffy did not expect that the person behind the door was her most dangerous enemy at the moment. Perhaps before Steffy could understand what was happening, Poppy rushed in with a knife in her hand. Poppy stabbed Steffy many times. She coldly took Steffy's life, regardless of the consequences. Each stab seemed to show extreme hatred and hysteria, turning Poppy into a murderer without hesitation. To escape the crime, Poppy carefully cleaned up the crime scene, erased all clues that could incriminate her, and then left. She believed that with her experience and meticulous calculation, Steffy's death would be hidden or blamed on someone else. This detail created a great shock for the audience, because Steffy was a central character who was always strong and resilient. No one expected the tragedy to come so quickly and cruelly. Steffy's death not only shocked fans, but also opened up a series of questions. What will happen to Finn? Losing his wife, Finn became devastated. Before he could completely end his relationship with Poppy and Luna and find a clear solution to his family problems, Finn had to face tragedy. If Poppy succeeds in covering up the crime, Finn could fall into a spiral of torment and be easily exploited by Poppy. Will Poppy really get away with it? Even with careful calculations, a crime is still a crime. Steffy's disappearance or being found dead will certainly bring the police into the case. Will Poppy's scheming be enough to fool everyone? Or will she reveal a loophole? This event brings the show to a new chapter, full of darkness, pain, and intense internal struggles. A series of related characters will be caught up in the journey to find the truth, and that promises many brain-teasing situations on screen. In short, the above series of events marks an important turning point in the bold and the beautiful. From the moment Steffy discovers the test photo until she is murdered by Poppy, the plot becomes more and more dramatic, pushing the character and the audience into a storm of emotions. Poppy's ambition, Steffy Finn's eternal but tragic love, and the terrible revenge that makes everyone shudder. Will Poppy's crime be exposed? How will Finn face the future when he loses his beloved wife? Everything is still open, promising to create more shocking twists in the next episodes.